When people reach 65, one of the first complaints they whisper to doctors or friends is, "My legs feel weak." It starts subtly. Climbing stairs takes more effort, long walks feel heavier, and balance becomes uncertain. Yet in Japan, where the elderly population is among the highest in the world, many seniors continue gardening, walking to markets, or tending small farms well into their 80s. Their secret, as many of them say with a modest smile, often begins with something as simple as a cup of tea. This isn't ordinary tea, nor is it a miracle potion. It's a daily companion, part of a tradition stretching back centuries. The Japanese have long treated tea not just as a drink but as a quiet medicine for the body and mind. And for the legs, those pillars of independence, certain teas hold properties that modern science is only beginning to understand. One of them, passed down quietly from grandmothers to their children, is believed to help maintain circulation, muscle tone, and joint comfort as the body ages. The fear of losing mobility haunts many older adults. Studies show that after 65, nearly 1 in 3 people experience muscle weakness significant enough to affect balance. Falls become a real danger. Independence begins to feel fragile. But what if maintaining strong, steady legs wasn't just about exercise or pills? What if ancient habits practiced daily and mindfully could nourish the body from within? Japanese grandmothers have long believed that nature offers subtle, consistent help if one listens carefully. The tea they recommend for aging legs is not an exotic supplement. It's grown, brewed, and sipped with patience. It supports the blood vessels that feed muscles, gently reduces inflammation, and helps the body manage stress, all without shocking the system. Its power lies not in intensity but in constancy. Imagine a Japanese morning, a quiet kitchen, the faint aroma of roasted herbs or green leaves, the rhythmic pour of hot water into a small cup. The drinker doesn't rush. Each sip invites calm. Each breath slows the heart. Over decades, this simple practice strengthens not just the body, but the mind's relationship with it. Science now tells us that such mindfulness lowers stress hormones, improving muscle recovery and blood flow. Tradition had discovered it first. The story you're about to follow uncovers this blend of old wisdom and new understanding. We'll explore why leg strength fades, how Japanese elders protect it, and what makes this particular tea so unique. We'll look at how it interacts with the body's systems, how it should be brewed, and how small daily rituals can make a surprising difference after 65. So before you reach for another supplement or prescription, pause and consider this. Perhaps the key to strong legs in later life isn't found in a pill bottle at all, but in the quiet steam rising from a grandmother's teacup. The loss of leg strength after 65 is often described as inevitable, but in truth, it's the result of several small imbalances that accumulate over time. The body becomes less efficient at maintaining muscle mass, blood flow slows, and joints no longer absorb impact as they once did. The medical name for this process, sarcopenia, sounds clinical, yet its consequences are deeply personal. Fatigue when climbing stairs, unsteady steps, or the growing fear of falling. For many, that fear quietly reshapes life. Fewer walks, fewer outings, less confidence. In Western medicine, the solutions are usually direct: supplements, physical therapy, painkillers. These can help, but they often address the symptoms, not the deeper systems that sustain strength: circulation, inflammation control, and cellular renewal. Pills can compensate for deficiencies, but they rarely teach the body to function better. In contrast, Japanese wellness traditions approach the issue differently. They ask not only what the body needs, but what habits are disturbing its natural flow. Everyday life hides subtle threats to leg health. Too much sitting weakens muscles faster than aging alone. Processed foods increase inflammation, which damages blood vessels and joints. Stress tightens muscles and constricts circulation, reducing the oxygen reaching tissues. Over years, these invisible influences quietly erode resilience. Japanese elders have long recognized these dangers, not through laboratory data, but through observation and experience. Their solution was not to fight the body's decline with force, but to realign it gently, through movement, warmth, and tea. The tea they drink daily is more than hydration. It warms the body from within, supporting circulation in the lower limbs, while compounds in the leaves protect the blood vessels from oxidative damage. Its minerals nourish muscles and bones. Its antioxidants reduce inflammation that stiffens joints. Over decades, this subtle protection helps the body stay balanced even as it ages. Unlike quick-fix remedies, the tea's power lies in its quiet repetition. It's preventive, not reactive. Japanese culture has a phrase, "karada no meguri," meaning the circulation of the body. It refers not only to blood flow but to energy, warmth, and movement within. Maintaining this meguri is considered essential for vitality. When it slows, stiffness and weakness follow. Restoring it doesn't require intense exercise or complex medicine. It begins with simple rituals: a cup of tea, a short walk, a mindful stretch. Understanding this principle reveals why so many Western strategies fail. They treat aging as a battle, while Japanese wisdom treats it as an adaptation. The body doesn't need aggression, it needs rhythm. By restoring that rhythm, the tea becomes more than a beverage. It becomes a message to the body to move, to flow, to live. In the next chapter, we'll travel deeper into this philosophy, into the roots of Japanese tea culture itself, and uncover how centuries of tradition built not only longevity, but strength from the ground up. In Japan, tea is not a beverage. It's a way of living. The Japanese word ocha carries layers of meaning that extend beyond taste or refreshment. It speaks of connection, mindfulness, and healing. Tea is present at every stage of life, from morning rituals to evening reflection. It accompanies both celebration and solitude. For centuries, it has been a bridge between nature and the human body, grounding people in rhythm and calm. And within that daily ritual, elders have found one of the simplest forms of strength preservation. The history of Japanese tea begins with Zen monks who brought the first seeds from China in the 9th century. They drank tea to remain alert during long hours of meditation, discovering that it kept both mind and body balanced. As the practice spread through society, tea became intertwined with Japanese ideals of longevity and discipline. The chanoyu, the traditional tea ceremony, was born not merely as art, but as meditation in motion. Each gesture in the ceremony is purposeful, every movement graceful. The ceremony trains posture, breath, and focus, all essential to maintaining physical harmony. Over time, tea became medicine disguised as custom. Villagers drank roasted teas to warm the body in winter and green teas to cool it in summer. Farmers returning from work sipped tea to ease muscle fatigue. Elders drank it to maintain blood flow and joint flexibility. What science now calls circulatory support was once simply called keeping the legs warm. Behind that phrase lay generations of quiet observation. Warmth and flow protect strength. Among the many teas found in Japan, certain varieties became staples for older adults. Roasted green teas like hojicha or mineral-rich twig teas like kukicha were favored for their mild caffeine and soothing effect on digestion. Others, such as yomogi, Japanese mugwort, were prized for improving blood circulation and reducing swelling in the legs. In mountain villages, grandmothers brewed herbal blends combining these plants, adjusting the recipe for the season or for a relative's needs. They believed tea was not merely consumed, it was conversed with. This harmony between human and nature forms the foundation of Japanese health wisdom. By honoring simple daily practices, the body stays aligned with its environment. The act of preparing tea, boiling water, measuring leaves, waiting for the right temperature, teaches patience. It slows the breath, quiets the nervous system, and lowers stress hormones that contribute to inflammation and muscle tension. In that stillness, strength quietly returns. As modern science revisits these traditions, researchers are beginning to confirm what these elders already knew. Regular tea consumption improves vascular flexibility, supports nerve function, and reduces oxidative stress in muscles. It is not only about hydration, it's about restoring equilibrium. Now that we understand the roots of Japanese tea culture and its intimate link to longevity, we can uncover the specific tea that grandmothers have trusted for generations, a tea known not only for its comforting taste, but for its remarkable ability to keep the legs strong and steady through the years. Among the many teas woven into Japanese life, one in particular has earned quiet respect from elders for its role in maintaining leg strength and vitality: Yomogi-cha, or Japanese mugwort tea. Often overlooked outside Japan, yomogi has been used for centuries as both food and medicine. In traditional households, it was the grandmother's answer to poor circulation, muscle fatigue, and cold extremities. While younger generations reached for modern tonics, the elders kept their teapots filled with yomogi leaves, confident in the plant's gentle power. The secret lies in the plant's composition. Yomogi is rich in chlorophyll, iron, and flavonoids, compounds known to enhance blood flow and oxygen transport. It also contains small amounts of natural compounds that help dilate blood vessels, supporting warmth and mobility. For older adults, this increased circulation means more oxygen to the muscles and less stiffness in the joints, especially in the legs. Many who drink it regularly describe a lasting lightness, as though their limbs regain quiet energy. Beyond its physical benefits, yomogi-cha embodies a balance of warmth and grounding. The flavor is slightly earthy and aromatic, soothing the stomach and calming the mind. It's caffeine-free, making it ideal for evening drinking, when relaxation supports the body's overnight repair processes. For Japanese elders, this tea often replaces more stimulating drinks like coffee, which can dehydrate and strain the circulatory system. Over time, this small substitution becomes an act of protection, one that nourishes rather than depletes. The preparation of yomogi-cha carries the same mindful simplicity found throughout Japanese tea culture. The leaves, dried and sometimes lightly roasted, are steeped in hot water for just a few minutes. The aroma that fills the air is herbal and grounding, reminiscent of soil after rain. Grandmothers often brewed it before a walk or after bathing, saying it warmed the blood. Today, modern researchers might describe the same effect as improving peripheral circulation, but the essence remains the same. What makes yomogi particularly interesting to scientists is its effect on inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the silent reasons muscles weaken and recovery slows after 60. The flavonoids and terpenes in yomogi act as natural anti-inflammatories, supporting tissue repair without the side effects of medication. In studies on herbal compounds, extracts from yomogi have shown the ability to reduce oxidative stress in muscle cells, essentially protecting them from the gradual wear that comes with age. For the Japanese, however, these scientific explanations merely confirm what has been known through generations of observation. The tea was never marketed or labeled as therapeutic. It was simply part of life. A cup shared at dawn before chores, or in the evening as a gesture of care. As we move forward, we'll explore how this tea's active compounds interact with the body in more detail. Understanding the science behind yomogi-cha reveals not just why it helps the legs stay strong, but how it sustains overall vitality long after 65. When a person drinks a warm cup of yomogi-cha, something subtle begins to happen beneath the surface. The flavor may seem simple, but inside the body, a cascade of reactions unfolds, tiny adjustments that together create balance. The active compounds in yomogi, such as chlorogenic acid, cineol, and flavonoids, influence the circulatory and muscular systems in ways that modern science now measures with precision. These natural molecules relax blood vessels, stimulate microcirculation, and protect muscle fibers from oxidative damage. Over time, they help preserve strength where it's most vulnerable, the legs. One of the greatest threats to aging muscles is chronic inflammation. As the years pass, the body's repair systems become less efficient. Small injuries, unnoticed strains, and oxidative stress accumulate. The result is stiffness, slower recovery, and gradual weakness. The flavonoids in yomogi act like quiet healers, reducing inflammatory signals at the cellular level. By easing that internal tension, blood can flow more freely to muscles, carrying oxygen and nutrients essential for regeneration. Another key factor is mitochondrial health. These tiny powerhouses inside cells produce energy, but they lose efficiency with age, especially in muscle tissue. Researchers in Japan have found that certain antioxidant compounds in yomogi help stabilize mitochondrial membranes, protecting them from degradation. This translates into better endurance and steadier strength, qualities that allow elders to climb stairs or walk long distances with less fatigue. The improvement isn't dramatic overnight, but rather gradual and lasting, reflecting the Japanese belief in steady progress rather than quick fixes. The tea's mild diuretic effect also supports leg comfort by reducing excess fluid retention. Many older adults experience swelling in the ankles or calves due to slower circulation. Yomogi-cha helps the body eliminate this stagnation naturally, promoting lightness in the limbs. Unlike strong synthetic diuretics, it does so gently, maintaining electrolyte balance. The warmth of the tea itself further assists by dilating peripheral blood vessels, enhancing nutrient delivery to tired muscles. There's also growing evidence that the scent compounds released while brewing yomogi have a therapeutic role. Cineole, one of its aromatic components, influences the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for relaxation and recovery. Inhaling the steam while drinking activates a state of calm that lowers cortisol, the stress hormone known to accelerate muscle breakdown. This union of body and breath transforms the simple act of tea drinking into a physiological renewal. Even digestion benefits from this interaction. Better digestion means better nutrient absorption, which in turn supports muscle maintenance. Traditional healers often paired yomogi-cha with meals to wake up the stomach and ensure the body received full nourishment. Science is still uncovering how all these mechanisms weave together, but the results echo what Japanese elders have known for generations, that balance, warmth, and circulation sustain mobility. And yet, as with any natural remedy, awareness is key. The next chapter explores when and how to use yomogi-cha wisely, because even gentle medicine requires respect. Every remedy, no matter how natural, deserves respect. While yomogi-cha is gentle and nourishing, it must be used with mindfulness, especially for those who already take medications or have chronic conditions. Japanese elders have always treated tea as food, not as a substitute for prescribed medicine. They drink it for balance, not for cure. Yet when modern lifestyles blend traditional practices with medical treatments, understanding where the two overlap becomes essential. The first precaution concerns blood thinning. Yomogi can mildly influence blood circulation by improving vessel dilation and reducing platelet aggregation. For healthy individuals, this is beneficial. It keeps blood flowing freely through the legs and prevents stagnation. But for anyone taking anticoagulant medications, such as warfarin or aspirin, excessive tea consumption might amplify these effects, increasing the risk of bruising or bleeding. The solution is moderation, 1 or 2 cups per day, never used as a replacement for prescribed therapy. Another important consideration is allergies. Mugwort, the plant behind yomogi, belongs to the same botanical family as ragweed. People with seasonal allergies or pollen sensitivities may experience mild reactions, such as itchiness or nasal irritation, especially when exposed to the dry leaves during preparation. Using well-dried organic tea and brewing it in a ventilated area can reduce these risks. If symptoms persist, switching to a related roasted tea like hojicha, which carries similar warmth without allergens, can be a safe alternative. The tea's mild diuretic property also requires attention. While it gently reduces leg swelling, excessive amounts could lead to dehydration, particularly for older adults who may already drink less water. Maintaining proper hydration, at least 1 glass of plain water for every cup of tea, keeps the balance that Japanese wisdom emphasizes. In fact, many elders in Japan alternate between tea and water throughout the day, ensuring that the cleansing doesn't become depletion. Digestive sensitivity is another area to watch. Because yomogi stimulates the digestive system, drinking it on an empty stomach might cause mild discomfort in some individuals. Traditional practice recommends taking tea after meals, when the stomach is warm and active. This small timing adjustment transforms the experience from irritation to relief, aiding in smooth digestion and nutrient absorption. Finally, source quality matters. Commercial teas grown with pesticides or processed with additives can lose their therapeutic value and even introduce toxins. Authentic yomogi-cha from reputable Japanese farms retains the delicate balance of nutrients that define its effectiveness. Always look for teas labeled organic and harvested traditionally, methods passed down for generations to ensure purity. When used correctly, yomogi-cha is one of the safest herbal beverages available. The key lies in awareness, understanding the body's limits, respecting existing medical advice, and embracing moderation. With precautions in place, the path forward becomes clear. The next step is learning how to make this tea a part of your daily rhythm, how to brew it, when to drink it, and how to integrate it seamlessly into the rituals that keep the body strong and the spirit calm. In Japan, health is not treated as a chore but as a rhythm woven into daily life. To integrate yomogi-cha effectively, one must understand not only how to brew it but how to live with it, how to let it become a quiet companion rather than a task. The goal is consistency, not intensity. Japanese elders say, "What you do every day becomes your medicine." This simple truth applies perfectly to the ritual of tea. The preparation begins with mindfulness. Use filtered water and bring it to just below boiling, around 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. Pour it over a teaspoon of dried yomogi leaves, letting them steep for 3 to 5 minutes. The aroma that rises, a gentle blend of earth and herbs, marks the start of calm. The tea should taste mild and grounding, never bitter. If the flavor is strong, simply shorten the steeping time rather than diluting it. The act of adjusting the brew to your own comfort mirrors the balance the tea aims to restore within you. Morning is often the best time for the first cup. After waking, the warmth of the tea helps awaken circulation, preparing the legs and muscles for movement. Many Japanese elders pair it with light stretches or slow breathing, allowing the warmth to spread through the limbs. Drinking tea before a short walk or gentle exercise further enhances blood flow, supporting flexibility and stability. A second cup in the afternoon helps sustain energy without stimulation. Unlike caffeine-based drinks that spike and crash, yomogi-cha offers steady clarity. It also aids digestion after lunch, reducing bloating and heaviness that can slow the body. For many, this moment becomes a pause, a reminder to breathe, sit upright, and release tension from the shoulders and legs. Evening tea carries a different purpose. Sipped after dinner or before bed, it soothes the body into rest. Its natural aroma signals to the nervous system that the day is ending, lowering heart rate and easing muscle tightness. Some elders add a small slice of ginger or a few grains of roasted barley for extra warmth during cold months. The key is regularity. 1 cup may refresh you. Daily practice transforms you. Storage also plays a role in maintaining potency. Keep the dried leaves in an airtight container away from sunlight, just as Japanese households have done for generations. Freshness ensures the preservation of essential oils and minerals that support circulation and muscle tone. Integrating yomogi-cha into life means aligning body and time. Each brew becomes a brief meditation, a moment of self-respect. Over weeks, you may notice subtle changes, lighter steps, warmer feet, calmer evenings. These are signs of equilibrium returning. But the tea alone is not enough. To fully mirror the Japanese approach to longevity, one must embrace the habits that surround it: movement, connection, and gratitude. In the next chapter, we'll explore these complementary practices that, together with tea, form the foundation for strong legs and enduring vitality after 65. In Japan, tea is rarely consumed alone. It is part of a living ecosystem of habits that nourish the body and mind together. While yomogi-cha supports circulation and muscle recovery, its effects multiply when paired with the lifestyle principles that have guided Japanese elders for generations. These habits, simple yet profound, reveal that strength after 65 is not built by intensity, but by gentle, consistent care. One cornerstone practice is movement, slow, rhythmic, and deliberate. Many older Japanese begin their mornings with Rajyo Taiso, a short exercise routine broadcast nationwide since the early 20th century. The movements are fluid, emphasizing balance, posture, and coordination. This daily ritual stimulates circulation in the legs and joints, preparing the muscles to carry the body gracefully. When followed by a warm cup of yomogi cha, the combination becomes a cycle of motion and restoration, one feeding the other. Another treasured practice is ashiyu, or foot bathing. Soaking the feet in warm water infused with herbs like yomogi encourages blood flow and relaxation. Elders often pair this ritual with evening tea, transforming it into a moment of full-body comfort. Modern studies have confirmed that such thermal therapy improves peripheral circulation, eases leg pain, and promotes better sleep. In the simplicity of warm water and herbal steam, the body remembers how to flow naturally. Diet, too, plays a vital role. Japanese meals traditionally emphasize variety and moderation, plenty of vegetables, seaweed, tofu, fish, and fermented foods such as miso or natto. These foods provide amino acids, minerals, and probiotics that enhance muscle function and joint health. When consumed with or after tea, the nutrients are absorbed more efficiently, completing the body's cycle of nourishment. Grandmothers often remind younger generations to eat with gratitude and slowness, because mindful eating supports digestion as much as nutrition. Nature is another silent teacher in Japanese longevity. Walking through green spaces, a practice known as Shinrin-yoku or forest bathing, reduces stress hormones that contribute to muscle breakdown. The sensory experience of trees, wind, and soil resets the nervous system. Many elders take short walks after tea, using the calm energy it brings to deepen their connection with nature. Over time, these walks become not just exercise but meditation in motion. Social connection sustains all of these habits. Tea gatherings with friends or neighbors strengthen emotional well-being, lowering anxiety and loneliness, two factors that silently erode physical health. Conversation over tea keeps the mind sharp and the spirit light, reinforcing the cultural belief that community itself is medicine. When these elements, movement, warmth, nutrition, nature, and connection come together, yomogi cha becomes more than a drink. It becomes part of a balanced ecosystem that keeps legs strong and hearts resilient. The Japanese don't isolate health into compartments. They let it flow through life's rhythm. In the next chapter, we'll meet elders who live by these principles, real people whose strength and vitality embody the quiet power of tradition, proving that longevity is not inherited but cultivated through everyday grace. On the outskirts of Kyoto, in a small wooden house surrounded by persimmon trees, lives 78-year-old Haruko. Each morning before the sun rises fully, she opens her sliding door, breathes in the cool air, and begins a slow series of stretches. Her joints move with care but without stiffness. Afterward, she prepares her teapot, a small clay vessel stained dark from decades of use, and brews her first cup of yomogi cha. As the steam curls upward, she whispers, "Good morning, legs," and takes her first sip. Haruko's story mirrors thousands across Japan. She was not born with extraordinary health. She grew up in a modest farming family, where work was constant and rest was rare. Yet even after decades of labor, her legs remained steady and her movements graceful. When asked about her secret, she laughs softly. "My mother told me that strong legs begin with warm blood. Tea keeps it flowing." Science would later confirm her wisdom. Proper circulation is indeed the foundation of strength and balance in aging bodies. In Okinawa, famed for its long-living elders, 71-year-old Koji continues to tend a small vegetable garden by himself. He begins each morning with 10 minutes of Ragio Taiso, followed by a cup of yomogi cha sweetened with a drop of honey. Koji once struggled with swelling and heaviness in his legs after long days in the sun. A local herbalist suggested daily yomogi, and within months, the discomfort faded. Now he says, "The tea doesn't just help my legs, it helps my mood. It reminds me to move, to breathe." His story reflects a pattern researchers have noticed. Those who drink herbal teas regularly tend to be more active and more mindful about self-care. Farther north, in a quiet town near Hokkaido's forests, 90-year-old Aiko still walks to the market every day. She moves slowly but confidently, her posture upright, her steps deliberate. "I never stopped walking," she says. "If I can walk, I can live." For over 50 years, she has paired her evening tea with a brief foot soak, a habit she calls her return to warmth. She believes the combination keeps her legs, alive with energy. Doctors who have studied her community find remarkably low rates of frailty compared to similar age groups elsewhere. These elders are not exceptions. They are examples of what consistent, mindful living can achieve. None rely solely on tea. Instead, they build their strength through balance. The tea is the thread that ties their habits together, reminding them to move, to rest, and to connect with their bodies each day. Their stories show that longevity is not measured in years, but in freedom. The freedom to walk, to stand, to greet the morning without fear of falling. As we move into the final chapter, we'll gather these lessons into a practical path, how anyone, anywhere, can adapt these Japanese practices to build stronger legs, calmer minds, and a longer, steadier life. The wisdom of Japan's elders carries a quiet power, proof that strength after 65 does not come from fighting age, but from flowing with it. Yomogi-cha is more than an herbal drink. It is a symbol of that flow, connecting movement, warmth, and mindfulness into one seamless rhythm. The stories of Haruko, Koji, and Aiko remind us that true vitality is not inherited, it's practiced. Their daily tea rituals, their gentle walks, and their small acts of self-care form a blueprint for aging with grace and stability. Let us bring these lessons into focus. First, the science. Yomogi-cha improves circulation, nourishes muscles, and calms inflammation, 3 pillars of leg health. Its flavonoids protect blood vessels, while its gentle warmth keeps energy flowing from the core to the limbs. Second, the lifestyle. The tea works best when paired with mindful movement and a balanced diet. Walking, stretching, and eating light, plant-rich meals amplify the tea's natural benefits. And third, the mindset. Consistency matters more than intensity. A single cup means little. 1,000 quiet mornings mean everything. Modern medicine often looks for dramatic interventions, but the Japanese approach reminds us that healing lives in the ordinary. When you sit down to brew Yomogi-cha, you're not only preparing tea, you're creating a moment of stillness that resets the body's rhythm. That pause lowers stress hormones, slows the breath, and lets the body repair itself. It's in that pause that the real magic happens. If you wish to begin, start simply. Replace 1 cup of coffee or soda with Yomogi-cha. Drink it slowly, feeling its warmth move through your legs and into your chest. Try it before your daily walk or stretch. Keep a small notebook nearby and observe how you feel over time. Lighter steps, calmer evenings, deeper sleep. Progress won't shout. It will whisper. Listen closely. Of course, balance means wisdom. Always consult your doctor before making significant changes, especially if you take medications. Natural does not mean risk-free, but Yomogi-cha, used mindfully, is among the gentlest companions for aging well. The goal isn't to replace your treatments, it's to enhance your well-being through harmony. Beyond the tea itself, embrace the culture that shaped it. Keep your surroundings simple and bright. Share tea with others. Step outside and feel the wind, the ground, the pulse of nature. These moments connect you to something timeless, the same calm strength that has carried generations of Japanese elders through long, fulfilling lives. So as your kettle hums and the scent of yomogi fills the air, remember that you are part of a tradition older than memory. Strength after 65 is not a secret or a miracle. It is the natural reward of gentle persistence. Sip slowly, breathe deeply, and walk forward knowing that every step, like every cup, builds the balance that keeps your legs strong and your spirit steady for years to come.